Calm down, children are dying. 9-year-old children. The solution is not arming teachers.
Are you ever worried about being depicted as an angry black man? Especially given
those
the
days
labels so many politicians
those
like
days are over.
Obama.
Those days are finished. One of the reasons why that video went so viral, because America's never seen a black man yelling at a white man like that. Because when I came back to the district, I had hood dudes. Like, yo, thank you for that, man. Like, and I know why they responded that way. Thank you for that. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep fighting.
Bowman represents something new in Congress. A black man who's unapologetically brash and openly defiant, regardless of who he makes uncomfortable.
Marjorie Taylor Greene needs to take her ass back to Washington and do something about gun violence.
It's a profoundly different approach from what Americans have seen since the Obama era.
I'm a mellow sort of guy.
Whose commitment to calm famously spawned an anger translator.
And that's why I invited Luther, my anger translator, to join me here tonight.
The angry black man stereotype often looms over the conversation for black politicians.
Somehow the people down in New Orleans, they don't care about as much.
We've got the accent, we've got anger.
Some worry that a wrong move will overshadow their real grievances, but for others, it's strategic.
Hold on to your lily white butts.
Guys, this is our Congressman, Jamaal Bowman.
Hello, y'all. How y'all doing? First of all, how many of y'all knew who I was before I came? Like you knew who your congressman was? Raise your hand. Oh, a few. Okay, can you tell me how you knew?
Somebody did a presentation.
Sweet. Is that person here? Who did a presentation on me? You? That's what I'm talking about, yo. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much. I'll give you a hug, man. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Awesome.
Bowman was born and raised in New York City. Prior to politics, Bowman worked in the Bronx as a public school teacher, a counselor, and a principal for 20 years. These students were pretty receptive. Is that normally the case?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's my base. My base is young people, so. The year before I started teaching, Columbine happened. A couple years later, Virginia Tech happened. A couple years later, Sandy Hook happened. And when Sandy Hook happened, I swore we were gonna have like a national day of mourning or something. And we didn't stop, we didn't pause, we didn't mourn, we didn't ban assault, we just kept it moving. We're too okay with the death of children.
In 2020, Bowman ran as an outsider against New York's political machine and unseated a long-standing incumbent, Eliot Engel. During the campaign, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, whose district is in Brooklyn, endorsed Bowman's opponent. While there's no bad blood between the two, their contrast is hard to miss.
Have you ever worked in a school?
I just wanted to make sure we kept talking about gun violence. Then I saw Hakeem, this is hilarious, like walk past and kind of just bounce.
Well, let's talk about that. Two black men, two very different approaches.
Yeah.
Have you gotten any pushback, or what is the advantage of being this loud?
I mean, black men are not a monolith, first and foremost, right? But as you asked the question, I was thinking about hip hop because I know how much Hakeem loves hip hop like I do. We both were raised on hip hop. And when you look at the culture, you have like Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? But then you have Busta Rhymes. Hakeem is more like the Jay-Z, and I guess I'm more like the Busta Rhymes.
Raw.
Peace and love, everyone. It's Congressman Jamaal Bowman here. I'm in Yonkers, New York. I'm at Yonkers Middle High School with these amazing students. Make some noise.
In the same vein of that explosive passion that Bowman possesses is the Reverend Al Sharpton.
I did it from the outside, but had I not been outside, many of those cases would have never got inside.
Jamaal reminds me of Rock Dellums or Adam Green Brown. They were the kind of politicians that were fiery in your face.
We are killing our children. We are killing the poor.
Jamaal comes in that tradition. The question is, can they effectively make it work?
But as Bowman has Hakeem, Sharpton had the late David Dinkins, New York City's first black mayor, who countered the Reverend's confrontational style with calmness.
The irony is, I knew Dave Dinkins since I was a teenager, and he'd always say, Al, you don't have to be that vibrant. I said, yes, I do, because you don't understand, the more I put down heat, the more it drives into you to make a compromise.
were you ever worried about being depicted as an angry black man?
No, I was not concerned about that because I felt that an angry black man was not an insult. We had something to be angry about. I think it's really insulting to act like we ought not be angry.
The year before I ran for office, 34 kids died within the K-12 school system in the Bronx. 17 died via suicide. One of the suicides happened right across the street from my school. One of the murders happened right up the street, and no one was talking about it. No elected official, no elected leader was sounding the alarm on children dying. And so that's why I ran, because I'm like, yo, the children dying are the result of something. Like housing, foster care system, trauma, addiction, but all that connects to policy. And we got policymakers silent. So when I'm yelling, it's about that.
Certainly Bowman's approach on the Hill has garnered attention, but the jury is still out on how effective it actually is.
Throughout American history, there's always been outrage about something that led to change. So people became outraged about slavery, we ended slavery. People became outraged about Jim Crow, we ended that. People became outraged about women not having the right to work and travel, and people became outraged about that, we changed that. We all want to be respectful and polite, but there's a phrase I want you to think about. Silence is consent. So if an injustice is happening and you don't say something, that means you're okay with the injustice. And I know you all are not okay with the injustice.
Watch the people want